Hello and welcome to the end of day number 33. It is the first day back on the Whole Foods plant-based diet. Yeah! Yesterday was day number 32. If you've been following the videos, fantastic. If you haven't, basically I've been eating a Whole Foods plant-based diet centered around starches for a full long calendar month. Yesterday was day number 32. That was the first day off. I don't want to let myself get to a point where I can't handle eating meat anymore, so I've made a deal with myself. Once a month, so once every 32 days, that's when I eat meat and dairy and just do whatever. And it's planned for, it's part of my process, so it's not a cheat day necessarily, it's just here's what I'm doing. So that in the future, if I go and see my family or I just have a hankering for something, regardless of what it is, so long as I'm doing well and I'm on track, I can go off and do that. I can have whatever I like at certain times. Has to be allowed, has to be a certain point. And my overall review from that, my overall feelings on yesterday are eating meat was a novelty. It wasn't particularly amazing. There was, some bits that were pretty good, but on the whole, nothing that I ate really felt like I needed to have it or I was missing it in any way. It was just food, different food to what I've been eating for an entire month. And I will tell you, it did feel a little bit weird eating meat, to the point where when I went for lunch, I loaded up with a bunch of salad and bulgur wheat and all these other things, and then realized I hadn't got any meat. So I went and then picked up, a bit of meat, and even then, I picked up some potatoes and red cabbage and all these other things. That was pretty nice. I had a couple of beers, I had some snacks, I had some chocolate for the first time in forever, milk chocolate anyway. I do have some 85% cocoa chocolate that I've eaten precisely 1 square out of 10 of. So that's gonna last me for a fair while, I think. How are we actually doing in myself? Physically, things are going pretty good. I'm down to, well, we had a little bounce back up today from my weigh-in yesterday, just because, I just ate a whole bunch of rubbish. Beyond that, what I've had to do recently is I've had to be tightening my belt a lot more. Oh, hello. Hi, what can I do for you? The other day, literally yesterday, I bought some new pairs of shorts because it's very, very warm over in Berlin and it's just gonna get warmer. Like, summers over here are pretty lethal. I sort of said to myself, okay, well, I've been wearing 46-inch waist pants for a while, but I'm now having to tighten my belt a lot more than normal. I've come down 3 notches on my belt since starting this. I hit the 3rd extra notch down maybe 3 days ago. So these shorts that I bought are 42-inch waists, so 4 inches down. So this morning I put on one of the pairs and it was a little bit tight. It was a little bit hard to, fasten the buttons and do up the zipper and stuff, but had a bit of a readjustment, like pulled them up a little bit more, and all good. They're comfortable to wear. Now, it has been years since I was a 42-inch waist or could fit into 42-inch waist trousers. So yeah, even the pants that I got married in are like 44-inch. And, we got married a few years ago now. So how am I doing mentally? Well, today was a very nice return to form. It actually felt good to just know I have these rules that I've set out for myself on eating. here we go. I did my usual thing. I don't really eat breakfast. I'm, you know, terrible person, miss out on the most important meal of the day, etc., etc. It came to lunchtime and I made this, which is essentially I basted a couple of corn on the cobs in sriracha sauce, wrapped them in tin foil, and then put them in the oven and just baked them. I don't even think I timed how long they were in. I think it was maybe like 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And that was so good. They were really, really sweet, but really, really spicy, and had this wonderful natural sort of saltiness as well. It was really good. It was really, really nice. And the salad as well was ridiculously filling. I ate so much of it. The plate that you can see and how it's mounded high, I ate that entire thing. And at the time, I had to just sit down for about 10 minutes and just not move. And dinner, evening meal, was this that you can see here. So I tried making something from tofu myself for the first time ever. And it was a bit of a failure, I'll be completely honest. My goal was something approximating Jamaican jerk chicken with rice and peas, which me and my old flatmate Lewis used to make all the time using bottles of Levi Roots jerk sauce. That was always good. It was a really, really quick, nice, easy meal. Unfortunately, something about the way that I prepared the tofu and didn't use enough spice. Like there was something missing, like that essential jerk flavoring was just not there. Even though I was using Caribbean spices, particular spice mixes, all that sort of thing, it didn't come together. So I've got plenty to, you know, sort of tide me over, and you know, that's all saved in the fridge now. But I need to come up with something. So if anyone has any recipes for tofu that doesn't use oil or added salt or added sugar, hit me up. Or if they do, tiny amounts. The only guides that I can find on tofu involve frying it using oil. And my thing is just not using any oil at all, if possible. You know, like, or as little as I can get away with. If anyone's got a recipe for a jerk seasoning, a jerk sauce as well, hit me up. If you've got a YouTube video that you can post a link to, hit me up. I've got a recipes tab just saved, ready to go. Oh yes, just while I recorded this and while, you know, I'm editing the video together and doing all the bells and whistles that I need, which aren't many, I ate this as well. That is 2 peanut butter sandwiches. Now, peanut butter, not necessarily the best thing for you, especially since it's got oil and sugar and extra salt and all sorts of things. However, I cheated. I used the PB2 instant peanut butter stuff for one of the sandwiches and normal peanut butter for the other one. So the normal peanut butter I used very, very little. I basically just scraped it across the bread and made it go as far as I possibly could without using too much. The PB2 stuff, I made up a normal batch, which is, according to the packet, it's 2 tablespoons of the powder to 1 tablespoon of water. Now, I did that and it did not make anything. It made little fluffy chunks. So I added more water in. And that gave me a nice smooth paste, but there's a little bit too much of it. But it's, you know, supposedly 85% less fat than the same amount of normal peanut butter. So, you know, fingers crossed. And once I put that all together, I took some of the pistachios that I had left over from my snacking the other week, which I haven't touched them since then, and I shelled a couple of them, threw them into the PB2 and mixed it all together, and essentially just made myself crunchy peanut butter, because I'm a crunchy guy. It has to be a crunchy peanut butter. One sandwich of normal, one sandwich of the PB2, and it was pretty good. I think out of the two that I had right then and there, the normal peanut butter was probably the better tasting one. However, the reason I say that is because I used really cold water to make the PB2. So eating it, and you know, obviously with having to fudge around with trying to get the mix right, it wasn't exactly right. It was a little bit too liquidy, a little bit too smooth, even with the pistachios in. Pistachios were fine, that was lovely. But the peanut butter itself was really cold and really like too much of a creamy texture. It wasn't like sticky like peanut butter usually is, because I got the mix wrong. Today has been pretty decent. It's, you know, it's been fine. I've not been tempted by any of the snacks that I've got left over, because there's a fair bit of chocolate and popcorn and all sorts of things from you know, last night, but I haven't even looked at them. Like the one thing that I have sort of cheated on is having the peanut butter sandwiches, as I say, and I think out of what we've got in the kitchen, that's probably like a fairly low level cheat, because some things say that I can have it and some things say that I can't, but you know, I'm trying to find a happy balance in what I'm doing, and yeah, I think it was fine. We'll obviously see, but you know, as a one-off, it's all right. Right. I honestly think that is absolutely everything. I'm going to pop off. I'm going to get this all edited together, and I will see you again tomorrow for the end of day 34. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.